Hello, hello. It's time for Quilt Conversations Live. I'm Geraldine Wilkins, the Living Water Quilter, and excited. I am so excited. If you are on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, you know that I went live a couple of weeks ago because I was excited about this new opportunity for us to design our own fabric. And not that it hasn't been there before, but something has changed to give us more access to be creative. And I want to share that with you again and share with you some updates with some fabric that I've designed that I think you might want to do too. Hello, hello, Lori. Aloha. So glad that you're here. We are going to have a great time talking about this. If you are interested in designing your own fabric, I'm going to share with you two programs that you can use. There's three, but I'm going to talk about two that I've created tutorials for that you will have access to. I'm going to share with you a little bit of what that looks like. I'm going to share with you some things that I've designed with it. Some of it you've already seen, and you may not have known that I designed the fabric. And I may have said, hey, here's a panel, but I didn't say, hey, I designed it. So every class that I teach for free motion or ruler quilting, I usually have some kind of project. And I learned that one of the ways to make it more efficient for me and for you is not to have you piece something, but instead have a pre-designed fabric panel that looks like a quilt, but there are no seams, and for you to learn how to ruler quilt or free motion quilt on that panel. And the sizes of those panels have changed over the years as I've gotten to teach and use the panels and see what was effective and what wasn't. So most of them are now no bigger than 16 inches square. Some are 18. Some are a full panel, meaning a full yard. And I've also changed how I use the colors because as I do this, I learn how the printing company, hello, Jacqueline, so glad that you're here. The printing company that I use, which is Spoon Flower, what they're good at. So you learn what a company is good at and you figure out how to design around that. So how did it all begin? It began a few years ago, not just with the panels that I was making for my classes, but once I went beyond that and I wanted to make a bigger quilt. Many of you know that the Beautiful Sister quilt is an example of that. So the Beautiful Sister quilt, I started with the silhouette. But I know a lot of ladies want to make their own silhouette, so that's what started the whole idea of doing a tutorial on how to make your own silhouette using Affinity, which is a photo editing program, and then Canva. Hey, Wendy, so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome. So in September, we did the Beautiful Sister quilt together, and those ladies received as a bonus how to create their own silhouette, how to take a photograph, turn it into a silhouette, and they learned with two programs. Now, the big news that I shared a couple of weeks ago when I went live was that one of those was a paid program, photo program. It was called Affinity Photo, but they had a suite of applications: Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and Affinity, what was it? Photo. Let me look here on my computer. Affinity Photo, Designer, and what was the other one? There were three. Why can't I remember it? Publisher. That was it, Publisher. So the three of those work together. One, if you want to create a book and you want to publish something, you could work on the photos for that book. You can then work on the layout or design of it in Designer and then take all of that into Publisher. Now that same affinity is owned by the company that owns Canva. If you are in the creator space, you're a content creator, or you do any kind of digital content, you will be using Canva because one, it's free. There's a free level that has amazing things that you can do, whether you're making slide presentations, social media content, you're making calendars, anything that you want to create, you can most likely do it on Canva. So, knowing that and preparing for the beautiful sister quilt together, I wanted to find a way for ladies to do it for free. And what apps could they use? So, first thing I considered was Canva. But it turns out that with Canva, you needed a specific app that is inside Canva, but that's only if you pay for the Canva monthly subscription. Now, it's not expensive. It's $10 a month, which is it's worth it for all the things that you can do with it. It's worth the $10. But then a couple of weeks ago, every year Canva puts together a big new presentation. It's huge. It's like their launch. Every year they launch the new Canva, all the new things that they've added, all the things that you can do with it. So this year they announced that they took Affinity, which is Affinity Photo, Designer, and Publisher. They purchased it a couple of years ago. So when I was putting together these tutorials for the ladies in the quilt together, I was looking at Affinity Photo as an option. It does require a little bit more time, put it that way, a little bit more time, a little bit more patience, but it's worth it because you can do more with Affinity Photo. But when I looked at it to get the price, because I purchased it years ago, there was no price. So I'm like, where is it? How much does it cost? Why can't I find it? And the reason why I couldn't find it was because Canva announced during its yearly What's New with Canva big extravaganza. It's a huge thing that they do. That Affinity, which they purchased 2 years ago, was going to be free forever. It's free. Hey, Rochelle, you made it. Yay. So glad that you're here. So that's huge. That is huge news. And people are wondering, is there a catch? Why is it free forever? And it's free because Canva is used by millions of people worldwide. So they have, in my estimation, the financial bandwidth to make Affinity Photo, Designer, and Publisher free. And now it's connected to Canva. So it's called Affinity by Canva. You can use the two of them together or separately. You can get Canva that's free or Canva that's paid. But all the amazing features in Affinity, it's exactly the same, but it's free. Now, when I was a photographer, we used Photoshop. You may know about Photoshop. And I decided that I didn't need that level of a software for what I was doing for quilting. So I didn't subscribe to Adobe Photoshop. Instead, I paid for Affinity because it had very similar, what do you call it? It's the operating system. That's it. Similar operating system, similar platform, similar way to do certain functions. So it was easy for me to transition from Photoshop to Affinity. But now it's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. So I was so excited because that means that we can do a lot in our creative pursuits with quilting, with garment making. Now we've always been able to, at this point, design fabric. We don't take the fabric and print it ourselves. What we do is we design what we want to put on the fabric. It's digital printing any design that you want, as long as you have a digital file, which if you have a cell phone, you take a picture, that's a digital file. You can send that to a company and they will digitally print that image on different types of fabric. But, why not create any design that you want? So with Affinity, I'll show that to you right now. This is Affinity. I'm taking this photo of me. Oh, wow, I'm wearing the same. I didn't realize I did that. This is the same top. I didn't do that on purpose, but hey, there you go. I'm showing you how I remove the background so I can have just a clean shot, change it into a silhouette. Then once it's a silhouette, I can decide what size I want. Do I want to add more background to it to make it a 12 by 12 quilt block, right? We can make it any size we want. Now that I have a clean background, but I want to add some color to it. It's a silhouette and I'm going to add different colors. But not only can we change the background color, we can also change the color of the silhouette. Now, of course, you know that it doesn't only have to be a photograph or a portrait. It could be a flower. It could be a house. It could be a boat. Any of your hobbies that you like. And then does it have to be a single image of one thing? No, it doesn't. It could be resized, small, medium, large, and put on like a stamp to fill the fabric. I love having that option. Now that's Affinity, and that's how you can change a portrait into a silhouette, but the same thing applies to anything else, right? Now, Canva, if you are at your computer now, just go to canva.com and you'll see you can open a free account. I show you in the tutorial, the online class, how to create an account for free to get started, to see what it's like. But with Canva, the interface of it is so user-friendly. Not only was I able to quickly make a silhouette, but I can change the background. Look how I'm changing the background to make it 3 different colors. There's something called grids or frames, and you can drop in any colors that you want and then size your silhouette. Put it in those frames. Then those can be downloaded into the file type that the printing company that prints the fabric, they give you all the specifications. You download the file from Canva or Affinity, then you upload it to the fabric company and they can print it on the fabric. Notice how I'm changing the silhouette colors. So many options, creative options to have fun with imagery on fabric. You can make your own custom labels. Maybe you work for a church group or your guild, and the guild wants for all their quilts that they donate to seniors, they want to have the guild label on it. You can design it. You can bring it into Canva, put a frame around it, a picture around it, which of course Canva has so many elements to allow you to create beautiful, beautiful pieces of art and then put it. Yes, so many possibilities. Exactly, Lori. So many possibilities. So I was having a lot of fun with it. What I wanted to show you, let me see if I can find it here. Maybe it was on this one. Let me see if it was here. Nope. I think I put it here with Canva. Let me see. Yes, here it is. So remember I mentioned to you that it doesn't have to be a photograph of a person. It could be anything. So in Canva, it has elements like frames, it has graphs, it has photos, it has backgrounds. All of those assets are included. So you don't have to go looking for photos. All you do is put in the search flowers. So that's what I did. I put in the search flowers. Here's the flower that's on Canva. Beautiful flower, right? Look what I did. I changed it into a silhouette. Then I colored the silhouette and I colored the background. Isn't that amazing? Look at how I'm changing this flower. Hey, So Steady's here. Welcome. So glad that you're here. Fantastic. Do I have a paid subscription of Canva? I do. I have a paid subscription and it's $10 a month. It's well worth it. But if you don't want to pay the $10 for Canva, which I recommend because the interface is so easy to use, you can get instead, if you don't want to pay the $10, get Affinity. Go to affinity.com. It's free. You can do exactly what you see here in Affinity, and it's free. I keep saying it's free. Believe me, it's well worth it. And because it's so much fun, you can design from any photographs you have, family, children's birthday presents, for pillows, for pajamas, for PJs. So this is the other part that makes it so much fun, right? There are so many companies out there that will take a digital image and they will put it on a tote bag. They will put it on a shower curtain. They will put it on slippers, mugs, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and then there are those that will do fabric and wallpaper. And one is Spoonflower. Let me show this to you. You can go to spoonflower.com and order their swatch of fabrics. Let me get my overhead camera. So this is the little booklet that you get when you order it. I think it's like $5. And inside they show you all the different fibers that they can print on. And then it tells you what it is. This is velvet, denim, dogwood denim. They have wallpaper if you need wallpaper for your home. Gift wrapping paper. Some families like to do special holiday themed. I think my niece did this, where all of her and her husband and her kids had the same PJs. So you could design some fabric, some design, have it printed, and make it gift wrapping paper. Or make it fabric so that you can all have the same PJs. This is also wallpaper. Then they give you this swatch and it's printed on what fabric it is, which is great. So there's no confusion. Kona Cotton Ultra. It tells you exactly what the fabric is and you get to feel it. This one is organic. This senior needs her glasses. There we go. Sweet peas gauze. This is a gauze fabric. Cotton poplin. So you get the picture. Modern jersey for garments. All types of fabric. Chiffon. Minky. Minky. You can print your image on Minky. I love this. Basic ultra cotton. Organic sateen cotton. So many options. So many options. Satin. All right. So who is already thinking about what they want to design, how they're going to use it in their next project? What I like about Spoonflower too is that you don't have to buy a yard. You can buy a yard, you can buy fat quarters. You get to choose. Do you want to put it on a pillow? You can just do that. This is a piece of fabric that I designed, again, with the beautiful sister silhouette, but now I've incorporated some letters. Love. Okay, I can't see now. I just need that for reading. I got this a while back. I haven't used it yet. It's a yard of fabric, and it is the lightweight cotton twill. I wanted to make a tote bag. But look at these beautiful browns. Hopefully you can see this and see how lovely this fabric is. I individually colored each letter and background in a different software. I didn't do this in Canva or Affinity. I did this in my quilt design software, EQ8. So EQ8 filled with all kinds of blocks, right? So they have foundation blocks, and this would be a foundation block in the software, but you can color it. So that's what I did. I colored each one. I tried all kinds of designs. So now think about what I said earlier, how I design for my classes. When I teach a class, I'm designing something for ladies to quilt with free motion or ruler quilting. And it's a panel. And those panels are designed with quilt blocks. So that's initially how I started designing on fabric, was taking quilt blocks from EQ8 and creating different designs and coloring them and then going to Spoonflower and having it printed. The silhouette actually came after that. But I can't wait to make the tote bag out of this. This is such pretty fabric. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Wendy loves it too. Yay. Oohing, eyeing, yes, Lori. It's so much fun. Now, of course, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to do more, right? So I have some fabrics that are quilt block based designs that I made into 1 yard panel. So think, if you are making baby quilts for your local charities, for the hospital, for the NICU, and you want a challenge, but you don't want to piece, you can take any quilt block design or pattern, quilt pattern design, have it printed on fabric, and you can quilt that. Yes, it is a lot of information. There's just so many possibilities. You can just order fat quarters and then put those inside of a quilt. So many options. I just love it. I love having the ability to be more creative. This is the full size of this fabric. Isn't that fantastic? I just love this. It is so amazing. So much fun. So, of course, I like to take one thing and run with it and do something with it differently over and over and over again. So you've seen the beautiful sister quilt, right? This is the first iteration of the silhouette with these bright, bold colors: the blue, the red, the orange, the green. Excuse me. Then I went to warm colors and I added it as a secondary element with letters. Now, of course, I've tried the silhouette in other colors, And one that I just put in a new quilt pattern that the ladies who took the quilt together with me, they got this pattern as a bonus. It's called Flying High. It's a foundation paper piece pattern that is now available um, with the idea that you're going to make your own silhouette. You're going to take your own photograph. You're going to use Canva or the free app Affinity and learn how to make your own silhouette. And does it have to be a portrait? No, it could be a flower. I showed you that. It could be a house, anything you want, your childhood home. You can go through your family photos and find something that's going to be of interest to you, sentimental to you, and put it in a quilt. And the Flying High is an option for that. So this is foundation paper piece. The finished size is 25 by 25 inches. So it's a small project. But I want to show you, I have her, she's almost quilted. I've been working on her for about a week now, piecing her, quilting her. And so here she is. She's almost finished. I still have some fine stitching to do right in here. And of course, I've challenged myself to do something different. I always like to do that. The whole thing, for the most part, is ruler quilted. So all the ruler quilting is done. Now I have some free motion quilting to do on it. Let me show you some details. So Michelle says, I would be scared to cut or mess it up. That's the fun. You can always order more fabric because it's your design. You can print it whenever you want. You don't have to call the quilt shop and say, do you have any more of this fabric? No, because it's your design. You just order more. So don't worry about that, Rochelle. That's the beauty of it. You won't run out because you can order more. Let's take a look, close-up look. Where's my camera? Here we go. All right, so lots of wavy quilting in this. And here is, I did something with the hair that I wanted to do, some ruler quilting, some echo quilting in it. Now, you may remember that this silhouette, remember, I'm always taking something and giving it a new spin, a new twist. I get a new idea. I said, let me try something else. So this quilting is it's the second time that I've done this type of quilting in the hair. The first time I stitched the hair, I did curly cues to mimic the texture of an afro. But then I was on my kick with improv ruler quilting, and I wanted to do something a little different. So maybe you remember this quilt. Let me see if I can find it. I know I put it up. Here we go. Here it is. Do you remember her? She was quilted with improv quilting and textured feathers in the background. And the hair was done that way with the straight lines, random. Hey, you love you love the colors added. They do really pop. I really like it a lot. Hey, Dawn, so glad that you're here. Welcome. So glad that you're here. So repetition. Maybe you've heard me say this before, that repetition is an amazing teacher. So once I start on something, I like to repeat it, to refine it, to try new ways of expressing the same thing, but in a different way. And so I did preview this design with my plexiglass several times. I redid it, took a picture, did it again, took a picture, did it again. And then I had like maybe 4 different ways in which I was going to stitch this. And ultimately, I decided on this one. And initially, I was going to stitch it with black thread, which is what I did with the orange one you just saw. But if I want to challenge myself, push myself outside of my comfort zone, I said, let me try a contrasting thread. Not high contrast. I used gold thread. I don't know if you can tell it's gold or not, but it's gold. It's not too contrasty like white thread would be, but I thought gold was a good option. I think it works. The next step is to do some free motion around the perimeter with the gold thread and then to stitch the background. I'm going to leave this alone. I did stitch black thread around here, the mouth, the eyes, but I think she came out pretty cool. And it's the fun. A breath holding moment. It was stitching it with the gold. I mean, I laid it on top and I thought, okay, let's just go for it. And I think it helps it stand out against the rest. And I wanted it to stand out with some texture and I wanted that echoing. So there you go. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So, are you excited? Who is going to try and make their own fabric? Who is going to give it a try? Are you going to download Affinity? It's free. Explore, experiment. What about Canva? You can try Canva also for free. You can try both. I used Canva for free for years. I only just got Canva subscription about a year ago. And I was doing a workaround. With the free version, there's a limit on the file sizes that you can download. One reason why you want to pay for the Canva is because you can increase the file size. You do need a big file size in order to get beautifully printed images on the fabric. That's huge. Now, remember, you can create the right file size with the Affinity software, which is free. It just means it's going to just take you a little bit longer to learn, but it won't take that long if you take my class. Yay, Rochelle says she is going to give it a try. She already has some ideas that she wants to put on fabric. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love to hear that. So I've created a special bundle where I show you how to use Affinity, which is free, how to change it from a photograph to a silhouette. And remember, it could be a portrait, it could be a flower, it could be anything you want. I show you how to do that. I've also given you a tutorial with Canva to do exactly the same thing, but using the tools that Canva has, which are very different than Affinity, right? Canva is a little bit different, but I think the interface on Canva is a little more user-friendly. I think you'll be able to get it quicker. There's not as many steps, but it also means you don't have as much, let's see, creative opportunity. I don't know how to phrase that, but irregardless, you can see here with this flower all the different things I was able to do with the tools inside Canva. So Bonita says, I'm excited to try to make fabric. Yay. Yes, I want brown faces. Awesome. Yay. I love to hear that. And with Canva, you can always do their trial pro and figure out if it's something that you want to do. I think it's like for a month or something. You know, have all your ducks in a row. Have the image that you want to upload. Create the free Canva account first. learn how to use the interface, learn where things are. At the very top left on the screen, you could see design, you can see elements, text, and other, let's see, brand. That would be your brand colors, which you won't use. Uploads would be all the images that you upload, the different tools, your projects. You just click on everything and figure out how Canva works. And then when you're ready, upgrade to the Pro. Now, something else to think about when you are ready to purchase any software. Think about the times when there's likely going to be a sale. Black Friday is next week. Cyber Monday is coming right after that. So there are all kinds of sales happening. And I wouldn't be surprised if Canva does the same thing. But again, Affinity is free, so you don't have to wait for a sale because it's free. All right. So in this package that I put together for you, you can learn how to do the silhouette with Affinity and Canva. It's included. And the flying high quilt pattern. You get to learn how to stitch this quilt pattern and then feature your silhouette in it. Okay. So I really, really love having all these creative options. And I'm always ready to try something new. I have other fabric that I have printed. I should have pulled it out to show you, but maybe I'll share with you next time. They are, like I mentioned earlier, they are the full yard of fabric. They're basically a 1-yard quilt. 1-yard quilt. And so it's fantastic for practicing all kinds of techniques. It's great for designing. It's great for quick projects if you want to put together a quilt for someone. No piecing required because the quilt design is already printed on, which you've seen panels that way. So any questions about what I've shared? What concerns do you have about making your own fabric? I know a couple of you said that you want to do it, but I want to know if you have any questions, and I want to be able to answer them if I can. All right. While you think about your question, I'm going to share with you some other things that are happening for me. Like I said, I'm almost done with my flying high pattern. That's going to be finished. The quilt itself, the pattern is done and ready. It's foundation paper piece, by the way. Are you a part of the new event that's happening next year? It is the A Day Away Mystery. I've also been working on that, putting that together. We are going to be live on Sunday on the Triple Stitch Collective YouTube channel and Facebook page, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Each of us, myself, Guyleen, and Latifa, we are going to share a tip. Guyleen, she's the polygon queen. She's going to share a tip from one of her tools. Latifa is going to talk about curves and share an amazing tip with that. And I'm going to share a tip with machine quilting. But we're also going to give you a peek inside the mystery box. We have a box with 3 tools in it, some swag, some postcards, designer postcards, and other things. And we're going to share a little bit about our tools. And if you didn't know, I shared this once before, maybe twice. I've designed my first tool, my first ruler quilting tool, and I can't wait to share it with you and show it to you and give you a tip for machine quilting. So don't miss it, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know some of you are already in the mystery. And we just found out today the last thing that we were waiting for arrived. And so boxes are going to be shipped on Monday and Tuesday. You are going to get your mystery box with the 3 tools we're going to talk about on Sunday. You're going to get the designer postcards, the quilt label, all the swag, the zippered pouch. It's all coming. It's shipping next week. So we are excited. We have been working very hard to get everything together, but sometimes things don't come as quickly. It is very exciting. So Rochelle says, my only issue is my attention span. Attention span. Okay. Your attention span and my extensive list of incomplete projects. I have those too. I have decided to give myself some grace and to have enjoyment and fun in my sewing. If something is undone and I haven't finished it and I don't have a desire to finish it and I want to work on something else that's going to be fun and enjoyable, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. It's okay if it's undone. Now, some people don't like things undone. They want to finish it and then do the next thing. And I say that's fine too. Whatever way you want to work and find enjoyment, that's what you should do. So, start small. Design something small and just order fat quarters or 1 yard. Don't start off with 10, 50, 30 yards of fabric and then you'll say, I have all this fabric and I don't know what to do with it. Start small, because the first thing is like, one, do you like your design? You may like it, you might upload it and it's printed on the fabric, and then when it comes to you, you don't like it. Don't order too much too soon. Try different designs perhaps, and then have it printed on, say, a yard of fabric, and then you can see the different styles of your design on one fabric. And then you can say, okay, I like number 1, I like number 3, and I like number 9. Then those are the ones that you're going to print in a larger quantity, say. Just do a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. All right, so I've talked about flying high. I talked about you becoming your own fabric designer, right? The other thing I want to mention, I mentioned the next year, what's coming, and that is the A Day Away. And if you have signed up and you haven't been in the community, you need to get in there. You need to get in there because there's a lot of things happening. Go in the classroom. There's things and information in the classroom for you to look at. There are things in the community. People are posting their sewing spaces, their quilt projects. They're asking questions. And if you have been waiting for the Island Boutique fabric bundle to be restocked, it's live. It's been restocked and they are going quickly. They put 16 more kits in there. Hancock's of Paducah. Go get your Island Boutique bundle of fabric. And if you're going to use your own stash, you go into the classroom and you download the fabric key. The fabric key gives you the swatches of each color, and under each swatch is the yardage that you need for that color. So download that and start looking through your stash. So that's with the A Day Away. If you're not part of it and you're wondering, what is she talking about? Well, it's 3 designers, 3 instructors, 1 quilt, 6 weeks that really turns into 9 weeks, because I'm going to show you how to finish it with ruler quilting with the ruler tool that's included in the A Day Away mystery. So join us. We'd love to have you. Don't miss out on all the fun. It starts in January, but we will have some pre-fun activity in December and some projects to warm you up to using each of the tools. How to use Gylene's tool. She's going to have a small project. Latifah's going to have a small project. So we're going to have so much fun. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. All right, the last thing, let me check the comments, see if anyone said anything. Are there any restrictions on license or trademark images? Oh, of course there are limits. They will not print it. You can send something that's licensed or trademark and Spoonflower will not print it. So be careful of that. Good question. We must respect copyright. We must respect copyright. The best way to do that is one, you get copyright free artwork. Canva allows us to use the images, and you go in and you look under their copyright information to make sure you're covered. But as far as I understand is that you can use it for personal use. You can't resell anything. So if it's personal use for their images, it's fine. Selling, no. If you ever are concerned about that, you can go to, there's a free website that I use called Pixels, Pexel. I think it's Pixel, no S. Pixel.com has free images. So always look for that. Hey, Veronica, how are you? So glad that you're here. Ladies, if you don't know Veronica Mays, you need to know her. She's an amazing quilter. We had her here on Quilt Conversations Live maybe a year ago. We did a fabulous interview. Go look at previous episodes of Quilt Conversations Live. Oh, you like that fabric, Jacqueline? You like to have the love fabric? I didn't know anyone would be interested. That's a good question. If people are interested, maybe I will once I make the tote, or do I have to wait to that? So let me pick it up from the floor here. So are you saying that you would be interested in this brown fabric with the beautiful sister silhouette, this cotton twill? Let me know. Let me know. I will definitely order it if people are interested and make it available. But I was just doing this for personal use, just having some fun. Jacqueline says, yes, I love it. Okay. Yay. All right. So we are into next year. The next year is going to start with a mystery quilt. And then also the same month, I will be in California. If you didn't know, I'm excited because I checked the class roster. And there's good news and there's bad news. Oh, Bonita says, yes, you'd be interested in the love fabric too. Is that right, Bonita? That is good to know. All right. She says, thumbs up. I'm teaching at the Road to California. And the good and bad news is that this class, this is the spirals, framed spirals, ruler quilting, and free motion in one class. It's sold out. All 20 seats taken. All the classes are on a sit-down long arm. Remember when I told you that I design panels using Spoonflower for my classes? This is one of them. This is a panel that I designed, and actually this one is pretty big. It's a nice big panel. I think it's 18 inches square. And we're going to have fun stitching it, doing some frames, and then adding spirals to it. But it's sold out. Yeah, I'm sorry. But there are others. There's still others. There is another one. This is the free motion quilting that's all about quilting shapes. And so we're going to learn how to do some quick edge-to-edge patterns. We're going to learn some techniques for squares and triangles and circles, rectangles. It's going to be fun. Hey, Wilda, so glad that you made it. We're glad that you're here. This class, I don't have the roster in front of me, but I think most of them are There's 2 that are almost full, some that have about 5 seats left, I think. Then there's, remember her? This is the peaceful portrait, but this is a variation of the peaceful portrait. And I can't wait to share this one. This one's going to be fun too. And here's one of those panels that I designed and had printed at Spoonflower. We're going to do some improv ruler quilting, the same kind of improv quilting that I did in the hair, right? We're going to learn how to do some structured improv and then to go really, really off the rails and have fun with that. And I think this one is about 75% full. Then we're going to take ruler quilting and think about reflections and mirroring. And we're going to look at how we can use straight line quilting, a beginner technique that has big, big, big impact. And this is the reverse. This panel started out as a pieced quilt. The pieced quilt, which was a mini quilt, was so popular on social media. So many people liked it. Hey, Pamela, so glad you're here. Welcome. That I decided to make it a panel. So I uploaded the digital file to Spoonflower and I had it printed and I used it for the cruise last year that we went to the Caribbean and had a fabulous time. Guyleen, Latifa, and 50 other ladies, we just had so much fun. And one of the classes was a beginner ruler class, and this was the project. I took a pieced quilt, made it into a panel, and showed them how they could take their straight line beginner techniques and do some echo quilting, reflection quilting. So we're taking this to Road to California now. So every student's going to get this panel. All right. I'm going to have fun with that one. And then the last one is hexagons. And this up here is again a panel designed in EQ8 and then printed via Spoonflower. You see how much I use fabric design in my teaching, in my classes, but you can do it too and design for yourself. I've been designing mainly for my classes, and now I've decided to start designing in the last few years for personal projects. And the first one was the Beautiful Sister quilt, and I've expanded that. So you can design your own fabric. What's stopping you? There are free programs. There's multiple companies. Spoonflower is just one. There's several. You can design for very specific outcomes. A pillow, shower curtains, wallpaper, fat quarters, yardage, anything you want, for clothing, for towels. There's no reason not to have fun with fabric and design it yourself. You can do it. And I've given you more tools to do it. So just go to my website, click on the home page. All of it is right there. How to learn how to do the silhouette with Affinity and with Canva. And in both of those, I show you how to open up the Spoonflower account. I show you how to upload the image. I show you how to size the image for Spoonflower so you get beautiful, crisp images on fabric. I show you how to pick the yardage and move the image around to create the size that you want the image to be. How many repeats? Do you want to repeat once, 5 times, 10 times? So are you going to do a handsome brother project? I'm not sure what that is. Rochelle, can you let me know what that is? Anyone familiar with that project? Rochelle was asking about the handsome brother project. Are you talking about my brother? Who called? He did call, ladies. He called just before I came live. I told him I'll call him back. I'll let him know you said hello. I know you're always wondering, when is he going to call? So any other questions about designing your fabric or even the courses that I have online, just go check it out. If you have questions, just send me an email. Ladies, the last big news, and it's because of you. The YouTube channel has reached 10,000 subscribers. We are over 10,000, like 10,050, I think it is now. But 10,000, that's huge. 10,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of the Living Water Quilter community and supporting the work that I do here that is really to help you become better quilters. I hope that the next few years, Lord willing, I'll be able to do more and that more quilters will find out how they can learn free motion quilting, ruler quilting, how to design fabric, and so much more, right? So much more. I love having the date night once a month. It will continue next year with once a month. I know many of you live busy lives, but I want to see what you're up to. I hope to feature a new student in the spotlight. I sent her all the information, how she can become a spotlighted student on the website. She's done so well this year. She's taken multiple classes with me. She is improving in her free motion quilting, and I want to put her in the spotlight because she deserves it. She's doing so well, and I can't wait. Thank you, Wilda. 10K. Yay. So we meet on the third Friday. Thank you, Lori, for that reminder. And so the third Friday for December is the 19th. Ladies, have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. Stay safe. Don't eat too much. Who eats too much on Thanksgiving? Who eats the turkey sandwich the next day with turkey stuffing and a little bit of cranberry sauce in between the sandwich bread? Who does that? Who does that? So let's see. Cool Conversations Live Community is coming up for its first anniversary. Dina will look at about number 2 and how to join. Okay. Since you did a beautiful sister, I was wondering if you're going to do a male version. Oh, is that what you mean? Should I do my brother? Is that of interest to you, ladies? Would you like to do that? Now, you know, I did the Beautiful Sister quilt together in September. It was 6 weeks. We met once a week. Whoops, I'm clicking the wrong things, folks. I meant to turn that off. Some of you missed that, and then those who did attend, you know, they got the bonuses on how to do the silhouette and all that other stuff. So I want to know if you are interested in doing another silhouette quilt. Instead of it being Beautiful Sister, I think Rochelle said, what did she call it? Handsome Brother Project. Are you ladies interested in doing a Handsome Brother Project? Would you like me to design a brother quilt? Is that what you're asking, Rochelle? And Veronica, are you curious about the same thing? Hopefully I'm understanding your questions. Let's see. All right. So Wilda says she would like to see a beautiful baby's quilt. So ladies, I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Okay, you want to see a masculine version. Some of us do have brothers, right? I have a brother. I have two brothers. Brothers or babies? Do we want to do our baby pictures or our brother's photo? So Jacqueline says she would like to take the class. Would you like to see the beautiful sister quilt with the same design except the silhouettes change to brothers or babies? So Benita says brothers. Hey, there goes Jennifer. Welcome, Jennifer. So glad that you're here. Hello, hello. Happy Thanksgiving, Wendy. All right, so if we do this, I'm assuming you want to find your own brother photo and you want to create your own silhouette, which means you're going to download Affinity. How many of you have already searched for Affinity to download it to your computer? And by the way, it's for both PC and Mac. So there's no problems there. All right. So you let me know. We'll talk about it again next month, and let me know if it's the same quilt but with a male silhouette, and it's going to be your silhouette. You're going to take the time to learn how to make a silhouette with Canva or with Affinity. And if you need help with that, you know what to do. Just go to my website, machinequilting.live. There's the website. Right there on the home page, you'll see both of the online classes on how to create the silhouette with Affinity or Canva. All right. All right. Well, this is it. I'll have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you for celebrating 10K here on the YouTube channel. I can't wait to see what you create. And those of you who are in a day away, your box is coming. The mystery box is coming. We can't wait to get started. Get active in the community. We can't wait to see you in there. Say hello. And don't forget, meet us on YouTube, Triple Stitch Collective, Sunday in 2 days. We are meeting. Tips. You're going to see the rulers for the mystery. If you're not familiar with the mystery, just come and join us. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. This is a super, super value. You're getting 3 instructors, 3 tools, basically 1 quilt made with 3 designers that are very distinct. So in essence, you're getting 4 quilts because each of us have our own style. You're going to learn that. And then you're going to have all 3 of those in 1 quilt. We're going to have a lot of activities in December, many projects before we get started. Don't miss out. I can't say this enough. It does not come around often that you get the 3 of us together. All right, see you next time for another Quilt Conversations Live, ladies. Take care.